Hello everyone and welcome back to Stories.
When you needed one. Never mind.
Alright. I think I'm gonna switch out this one. And we're gonna switch it out for energy on kill. I think that's gonna be a better use. Because if we can use the energy to not get hit, then it doesn't matter what our resistance to attacks is. This is thinking very, very offensively, and I have a bad habit of doing that in video games. Like, some people are like playing strong defense, I'm like, no, I don't do that. And it's the truth. Alright, let's go this way. It worked out for us last time when we went this way. I actually don't know if there's a difference. Like, does going this way get you a different ending? I doubt it.
I should follow my nose, thought Renato.
But I'm excited to see what this one ends up with us getting. I'm excited to see the ending for this story. And we're coming up on it. Alright, I think we only have one more gem to find, so we're... Alright, there it is. I was like, where is it?
What else could you hook?
I have no idea, Renato. Why don't you think on that one? Alright, and back we go.
But the more he thought about it, and he had so much more time to think about it now that he was not worrying about the battle, killing the Emperor would not change anything. Another would take his place. Perhaps Zenobia. Perhaps the Speaker of the Rebel Council, and power would corrupt them too, and death would make grief, and grief would lead to hatred. He must lead by example. Reject the violence. Reject the desire to create violence.
Oh, we got hit. I'm sorry about that. We got hit twice. That was due to me being dumb.
And I was just getting warmed up, he thought.
But now we've leveled up, because we only needed so few experience points. But now we should feel very comfortable using our energy, because we gained it back. At least, like once per fight we can use a... Okay, that was not so good. I failed at actually doing things. Oh, I did not hit this one. That was what I wanted. I wanted to get that guy. There we go.
Do we have to stop?
No, we don't. We're also actually just not taking as much damage as I would have thought. Now, last time there was something over here. There was a secret. It doesn't appear to be here this time. Or maybe it wasn't yet. No, it wasn't yet. It was later. So maybe we'll get it again later. I don't know though. We'll just have to wait and see. Because I don't know if going in that other direction changed our ending
Don't
either.
look down, he told himself. Don't look down.
I mean, it might have. Like, it was over here. And the option's just not there. Doesn't exist. So I'll go this way. Maybe it's because last time we weren't specifically trying to kill the Emperor. But hey, we'll just have to see how it goes, right? It's time for a big fight. I know how it goes. Alright. This is definitely going to help crowd control. So slowly we'll gain some energy back. We can't use it on everybody, unfortunately, but we can use it quite a bit. Oh wow, fight's already over. Okay then. That's just foreboding. So I think you can get this actually. No, I don't remember. I think you went this way either way. Let's find out what happens.
He came to the Emperor's ship. The path behind him was strewn with dead ravens. The path to enlightenment. His mistake, he realized, was trying to change the world. The world would spin and the wheel would revolve whether he strove against it or not. What he had to do was nothing. He had attained enlightenment. He sat down, adopted a full lotus position, and began to meditate. And all around him, the warriors stopped fighting too.
Well, that's good.
They knew. They could feel his enlightenment. They gave up fighting, dropped their weapons, and became his disciples. No, just kidding. The nearest raven stabbed him with a sword and chopped off his head. I might not have thought this through properly. Thought Renado's head as it rolled around the deck and died. Oh,
Yeah, that
damn it. He lost again and died. But there was burning Ubar behind him. He still had all his destinies ahead of him. But he'd learned another true thing. The Iblis Stone was evil. It would try to corrupt anyone who used it.
Alright, we were a hero who transcended being a hero to become one with anything. And as a reward, we leveled up. And we've learned all of our truths now. Plus 2 levels. Wow. So we have not done the first few stories. This was our first one. We've now returned to being the hippie. Find the gem, find the core, meet the scientist, go meditate. That seems like, you know, a pretty good way to go.
Enough now, he thought. All these truths tumbling around each other in his head. There must be a way to puzzle the pieces together. If he used everything he knew, he could discover a new path to destiny. The book's pages fluttered to the beginning once again. Faster than before? And he fell. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas.
We've read this so many times. This one I wish we could skip. It's one of the only ones you can't skip.
Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer.
Yeah.
Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Renata knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis
It's
Stone
not even a
was
picture of the
hidden
temple
there.
anymore.
It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it, to take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion, and he had a gut feeling that he needed to use that to his advantage.
It wants us to go that way. Why? I would love to see what would happen if we got the stone, but it probably doesn't work out. And I mean, I don't mind finding all the stories. I really don't. I love this game. But we have to choose this one. It has the key.
That Lapino was a traitor to the cause, and maybe Renato could use that somehow.
Oh, we're getting a second choice. I want to see this.
Quite put his paw on when he'd realized Lapino was working for the Empire. He'd never exactly seen Lapino sending coded messages to the palace, but he was sure. The rabbit had been on too many disastrous missions where he was the only survivor, or where he accidentally missed getting on the boat that went down to the abyss in flames. If Renato could prevent Lapino from getting back to the fleet with all the intelligence he'd probably gathered, it might be worth the trip.
Okay, so we're turning against Lapino. Maybe this means that we can reconnect with Zenobia and everything will be fine. Because I had a feeling that that was just important before. But who knows? I'm probably wrong. I still want to know what happens if you get the Iblis Stone, you go to the Sky Ripper, and then you go straight to the base. Not to the base, but to the outpost on the Nexus.
They'd been on so many adventures together. Lapino had talked Renato out of prison at least 4 times, and Renato had rescued Lapino from at least 2 lynch mobs.
Alright, well, we're confronting the traitor.
Wouldn't his gauntlet look swell with that jewel in it?
I like the jewels we have. I do. But I guess it'll keep telling me of new stuff until I look at them. Okay, look. I'm all good though. I like what we got going for us. Thanks. Also, we're back at the very beginning. You know, the place we went before we had any of the other swords. So any doors that open will be new and exciting. Actually, not any of them. But any void doors for sure. Still new and exciting. Alright, let's kill you. I don't like you.
Stay frosty.
Alrighty, I don't even know how we ended up over there, but we did. Alright, I like this whole energy thing. Oh, you were over there. My bad. Thought I had you.
But he'd always felt that the rabbit resented him. Lapino was hilarious because he was so down on himself and everyone else. But behind the laughs, he wasn't a happy camper. Ooh, was this payback? Or did the Empire have his little white tail in a vice?
Yeah, we may find out that Lapino was caught and he had to do it or else he'd die. I mean, that's a pretty powerful force. I don't even know where I was anymore. Okay, I was here. There's so many little pathways. I don't want to miss stuff. We still have one more sword to upgrade, so we need to, you know, be considerate of finding ore. Because I think we have everything we need except for the ore to upgrade the void sword. Granted, I'm quite fond of this ice sword now. The fire sword's probably just about as good. The void sword makes you faster, which is not bad. It's not bad at all. Can I break these? No, I can't even reach them. There's just a carrot sitting on a table there.
This chest was really horrible. Get it?
Alright, we have 4 skill points available, so what do we want? I think increased health, I've been thinking about it for a while. Shield hooking. Inflict damage on hooked enemies, that could be good. Dash through enemies, that could be good. This one I like a lot though. Freeze time for everyone when countering an attack. Yep, I like that one as well. Kicks and throws distances are increased. Countering an attack. Let's upgrade
Come in
that
handy
too.
in a pinch.
So that's all the rewards that we got from the last one. From finishing that and getting those endings, which were quite powerful. Let's find our fire sword and just use it to burn that up. The fire sword just didn't get as impressive when we upgraded it. Like, this one's all like frosty fanged. Okay, we've been here before. I remember this, but that doesn't mean it's not worth coming back. Because we'll probably get something awesome out of this chest.
Why would anyone put his slinky collection in a strongbox, thought Renato? Are they magic slinkies? Ooh,
So I'm thinking we're
something
just
else.
gonna start getting stuff that we can't really use from those. So eventually there may not be a point. I need to do that. Alright, let's look. Is there anything, like, I think we have all the gems. We've unlocked all of them. I mean, sure, we haven't used them all, but we unlocked them. So there aren't any more gems for us to get. Which is kind of sad. You know? That's the end of that for us. And I mean, it probably means that we're close to having done the number of stories that it takes people to find, like, what I'm guessing is akin to a true ending. Because that's what it feels like. It feels very like, oh, we are looking for the true ending where we don't die. And in most endings, we do die. Alright, I wanted to freeze you, but like, that's not working. I'm using energy, but like, I'm not actually killing. Okay, this guy's frozen, so let's just smack him around. There we go.
Ravens were landing everywhere from dropships. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lapino first, the rabbit would give the Empire all the intelligence he'd been stealing from the rebellion, and they'd probably give him a medal. He'd have to be very careful about how he played Lapino. At the slightest hint of danger, the mad rabbit would take off like a rabbit.
Yeah. Funny that about rabbits. They act like rabbits. Alright, let's see if we can get some ore down here. Leveling up's gonna start taking a really long time, it seems. Alright. Let's head this way. I'm really curious what we're gonna find when we find Lapino. The lying, traitorous rabbit.
It's a bicycle.
Oh wow, okay, more of you showed up. I wasn't actually aware that you were gonna show up. But I mean, I guess it makes sense. Oh. That sucks, I lost my combo, but at least, you know, we got all that experience. I think I have all the achievements for combos anyway.
Lapino would betray him. The core was dangerous. And Renata had a fleeting idea that the two ideas went together somehow. And then it was gone again. Ah, damn ideas. They never stuck around when you needed them.
That's true. I feel that one, Renardo. Alright, we've never been in here, so of course, we gotta go.
It's time for a little exploration.
Oh, this wasn't too bad. There is a note we should read. Just energy. Not as fun. Dear Zenobia, how are you enjoying the academy? New friends must already be flocking around you, no doubt. Here in the palace, things are the same. I spent much time to dedicate to my special hobby. I've been collaborating with Professor Calaveras and his team of experts to investigate the nature of the islands. My gut's telling me that the islands are alive. I think they have a will of their own. Do you hear me, daughter? Our worlds could be more than floating masses of rock and water. Professor Calaveras and his boys have made measurements. The islands are drifting, surrounded by the endless sky. It is difficult to notice, but through careful measurements of the wind over long periods of time, there are certain the islands are moving westward. But where to? It may take centuries, millennia, to reach the destination. I have this strange idea. What if the islands are some sort of herd, and they're desperately searching for another herd of islands? Can you imagine new islands with their own inhabitants? The thought that we may not be alone, if only I could live long enough to witness the event. With love, Father. So some of these notes are certainly before he went mad, I think. It certainly sounds that way. Either that or he's very good at deceiving his daughter. One of the two. But I want to believe it's before that they went mad. Because, I mean, you know, we've already had it confirmed by Ronaldo that he started out okay and went mad with power. So I think that at one point he did love Zenobia, and now I think he wants to, you know, bring the old gods back, which may require sacrifice from her.
Bloody and exhausted, Renato finally reached Lapino. The rabbit was practicing shuffling his favorite deck. Now that he knew what the rabbit was, there were a few things about him that Renato didn't find so amusing anymore. You sent me an urgent message saying that you're in danger. Oh, I am. The ravens are coming. Now, I got a clever plan to kidnap Zenobia. Renato wanted to clap shackles on the rabbit and shout, "You're a traitor, and I'm not falling for it." But if there was one thing Renato was sure of, it was that the core of the Sky River was dangerous mostly to its user. If he could put it in the Emperor's hands, old Isengrim III might blow himself and his fleet up with it. Yes, that was it.
I want to choose both of these, but for right now we're going to confront the traitor. Because he wants to go visit Zenobia. I mean, I have no idea which one of these is going to be right. but we're gonna go with denounce him.
Me? A traitor? I'm hurt, said Lupino. Why ever would you say that? We found your code book, said Renato. They hadn't, but he hoped Lupino would blow his cover. You got me, said Lupino. And you know what? I don't regret a thing. It's always about you, isn't it? You're the pretty hero. You get the girl, you get the medal, and what do I get? Rabbit food. I thought you liked rabbit food. Go to hell, said Lupino.
Uh-oh.
And he made a gesture, and 20 ravens came out of nowhere and stabbed Renato to death. He had tried something bold and paid the price for it.
That was a quick ending. None of them have ended like that before. You always have to, you know, see them through to the end. Okay then, don't pick that one. I mean, is that an ending though? Like, do I get a card for it?
How had they come to this?
Nope, we're just gonna
They'd been on
restart.
so many adventures together. Lupino had talked Renato out of prison at least 4 times, and Renato had rescued Lupino from at least 2 lynch mobs.
Alright. Oh. I was gonna end the episode, but we're gonna do this fight first, apparently. So that we're safe. So that was interesting, because that didn't actually count as an ending. It didn't give us like an ending. You confront Lupino, you have died. It just was like, do it again. You did wrong. That was cool. I don't know what happened there, but
But I always felt that the rabbit resented him. Lupino was hilarious.
Alright. We're gonna end this episode here. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And as always, I'm the Purple Pegasus, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.